On the move. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
It'll be 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to take off. Got the first down himself. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Manning to throw. Stepping to the right. Throwing on the run. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught over the middle. It's Alexander. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. And the Rebels in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Quick tempo here for the offense.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep the...
Finding some room. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Offense in the hurry-up.
And this offense is... 3 plays. That's 3 first downs. They've got to do a better job of affecting this defense, getting some penetration, winning at the line of scrimmage. You can't let them just move down the field and get a first down on every single play they run.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down at DKR. He's looking to pass. Setting up the screen. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Right on the money. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul.
It's been said over and over, you have to protect players' head and neck area. This penalty so important at the college. On the draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pulls it on the option. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown Rebels! Fitted in the window for the score. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front. of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Offense with jumbo personnel. They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Maybe an ill-advised throw there into the middle of the field, and it's knocked down and incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. There's the pressure. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see what he can do with it. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Texas. A pick 6.
And nice vision by the linebacker, understanding and diagnosing pass right away. Getting his eyes on the quarterback, breaking on the football, making the huge interception, and then taking it back to the high school days, man. In his glory days at the running back spot, running all the way to the house and scoring the touchdown.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Gill.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minute.
Wants to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all the way. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this offense set up with a first-and-goal situation.
He is denied, and it'll be second and goal. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. Trying to punch it in. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as this defense is making it tough. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. He'll set up to throw. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Just under half a minute to go before the break. They'll take over 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Manning. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Manning. He'll pull it down. Keeps it and gets the first down. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. He holds it in, and nobody's close. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throwing Manning. Going for 6. Touchdown, Longhorn. Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We start with Tennessee taking on the number 8 team, the South Carolina Gamecocks. And it's the Volunteers engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back over to your game at DKR in Austin. We have a front row seat for 2 dazzling quarterbacks here today. Both have shown the ability to throw it, but also tuck it and run. 2 dual threat QBs who have a real future at the next level. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. We're just about ready to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cunningham. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Rebels offense is back on the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one. There he goes. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Might as well give it to him again. Got a little grass. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Off-play action on first down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Alexander. Oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Rebels. A great catch and run for 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. Coming out with it, it's Brown. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Texas sideline, developing story, guys, their best wide receiver is dealing with a few issues. Very banged up here in this game, but he is battling.
Breaks into the open. The 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Texas. That one will give them the lead.
And if the defense didn't know, they know now. That QB right there, man, that dude can fly. This offense is so explosive because the guy who gets the football can take off and make big plays at any point on the field, and he shows you how it's done right there.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline. This defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field, too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
Keep it on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. The give on the inside. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. The Rebels back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the red zone, looking for a man. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the 1st down. You're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got 4th and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
Passing on the field goal try. Ball at the 10, and here they come to go for it on 4th and short. Has to get there to move the sticks. And he did not make it. The defense standing tall against the run.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
They'll start on the ground with Brown. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Arch is going to throw for it. Scrambling away. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They want to run this quarterback, and they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. To throw, it's Manning. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Rebels. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this defense comes up with another big play, man. They get the pick 6. They get the mistake. They've been flying all over the field, playing well with their hair on fire, Palmer, forcing some turnovers, really doing a good job of confusing this QB.
Yeah, and on offense for the quarterback, you've got to stop with the turnovers now. Obviously, turnovers lead.
Just keeps moving. He gets it out to the 32 and sets him up with a little better field position. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll start on the ground with Brown. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Rides the option, he keeps it. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Secures it at the 30. They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Complete. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Give to the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly roll.
Here on the Texas sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers.
Turning it on! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Easy completion on the shuffle. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
Yeah, it's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, and it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that 1st down. Defense will have to do a better job next time.
Caught behind the line. It's Wingo. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Well, hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. He might want another play. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
What a big stop for this defense. In the second half, around midfield, you can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big fourth down.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Smashes through the tackle. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Rebels. And they've moved out front here in the fourth. The AT unit on the field. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. And now offense needs a late fourth quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. 1st and 15 here. Inside the 30. There's some room. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer. The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the 4th. Out of the end zone. And the returner goes down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Tie game, 4th quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Keeps it on 1st down. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And it's difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with it.
Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
From the gun, the ground game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
And the Rebels Longhorns will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here's Arch to throw. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a double.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Quarterback will keep it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if they're going to run the football late in the game in this situation, not that close to scoring zone, they've got to take a timeout here. You've got to make sure you save as much time as possible and communicate with your quarterback.
Rushes on him. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Got it down the field. There he goes. Touchdown, Texas. They move on top here on the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This drive will open from the 15. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. He's got an open man. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Ole Miss calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row, like... The clock is their biggest enemy, so we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Gives it to the back on the draw. He was able to pick up a few, but not quite enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down at the 41. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt.
Well, I know when the defense goes back and watches this film, it's not going to be perfect, but that was the stop they needed, right, David? You got two great offenses going back and forth. You just got to be able to break.
Maybe some room here. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Hand off for Brown. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams. And that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Palmer, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a